Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? We're getting information coming out of the Middle East. Very critical situation is developing out of the Middle East. And so I want to share that with you because I think at this point in time, people do need to understand the situation developing there. Don't forget also that in a world of economic uncertainty, which we're in for sure, with the election and the chaos and all the things taking place globally and the wars in Ukraine and Russia and the battle with Israel fighting against Iran's proxy Hamas, now in Hezbollah as well. The uncertainty of it all, safeguarding your retirement savings would be important as well. Gold is a trusted store of value. Matter of fact, gold is a biblical currency and providing stability it has for centuries. If you go to www.pastorpaulgold.com, that's www.pastorpaulgold.com, or pick up the phone and call them at 877-646. They will help walk you through help you protect your financial future and your 401k or setting up an IRA, a gold or silver IRA. Guys, do this. Go to pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com, or call them at 877-646-5347. Tell them Pastor Paul sent you there. All right, so the situation that's developed here is one of concern for sure, because what we have here is a dangerous, a ticking time bomb in the Middle East, without question. It is a ticking time bomb without question. Let me tell you about that. And I'm also going to tell you about the webinar in a little bit here. Don't bomb Beirut. That is the answer. That is what the United States government is telling the Israeli government. Don't bomb Beirut. That is the U.S. Push to try to stop Israel's response to the deadly attack on 12 little children. And these were Israeli kids up in the Golan Heights. They are Druze. They're from the population of the Druze. The Druze are Israelis. Matter of fact, they're actually descendants from Jethro, which was Moses' father-in-law's family. They are Israeli. They are Israeli citizens, and they fight in the Israeli military, and they're a peace-loving people. I mean, extremely. Well, the United States is now leading, but see, it happened in the Golan. And remember, Donald Trump said the Golan Heights is now officially the sovereign property of Israel, and Israel has been claiming that for years, even though the international community still won't recognize that this is Israel's land. Israel, of course, took that land back from Syria in 1967, after Syria was one of the countries that attacked Israel and killed a lot of Israelis by bombing the Israeli people from the Golan Heights. Now, the United States is leading a diplomatic dash to try to stop Israel from striking Lebanon's capital, Beirut, or any major civil infrastructure in response to that deadly rocket attack by Hezbollah in the Golan Heights. We have 5 different sources now confirming that this is a very serious diplomatic problem that has, just now in. Washington is racing to try to stop a full-blown war between Israel and the Iranian-backed Lebanese terrorist organization Hezbollah after they attacked Israel on the Israeli Golan Heights, killing the 12 kids that were playing soccer this weekend, according to the reports. We have Middle Eastern and European diplomats now involved. Israel and the United States have blamed Hezbollah for the rocket strike, yet Hezbollah has not accepted or denied that they did it. The focus of the high-speed diplomacy has been to slow down Israel's response, try to urge them against targeting maybe the densely populated capital of Beirut, Lebanon, or stop or try to prevent them from bombing the southern suburbs of the city, which is Hezbollah's heartland. It is Hezbollah's headquarters and heartland there on the suburb of Beirut. It's also The United States is trying to stop Israel from bombing any key infrastructure in that area, including the airports and bridges, according to sources that are very familiar to the situation. Lebanon's deputy parliament speaker, Ilas Saab, said he has been in contact with the U.S. mediator, Amos Hochstein, since Saturday because of what happened on the Golan Heights and the attack by Hezbollah. And Reuters has been in touch with some of the personnel, really, in the diplomatic area to get some of this information. If they avoid civilians, said Ilas Saab, if they'll avoid civilians and avoid Beirut and avoid the suburbs, they could well calculate a response. That's like saying you can punch back, but don't go after the head of the snake. And the head of the snake is in southern Beirut, where the Hezbollah stronghold is. Now they are shooting at Israel from southern Lebanon and have been since October 7th. Thousands of rockets. We're not just talking about one rocket killing 12 Israeli children. We're talking about thousands. I'm talking over 7,000 rockets so far since October 7th. Now, Israeli officials have said that their country wants to hurt Hezbollah, but they don't want to drag everybody in the whole region into a Middle East war, even though Turkey is threatening to attack Israel right now as we speak, as their president Erdogan made a public speech to his nation and to his military that he was going to do it. Now, the U.S. State Department has said it wouldn't comment on the specifics, of course not, of the diplomatic conversations, though it is seeking a durable solution to end all cross-border fire. Our support for Israel's security is ironclad and unwavering against all Iran-backed threats, including Hezbollah, according to a U.S. government spokesperson. The White House spokesperson, John Kirby, he told reporters that Israel has every right to respond to this Golan strike, but that nobody wants a broader war. And, quote, as for the conversations over the weekend, you bet we've had them, and we've had them at multiple levels. But I'm not going to give you the details or the guts of those conversations. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office did respond to a request for comment, while Hezbollah, didn't respond. I said didn't respond, while Hezbollah has declined to comment as well. Now, 5 people with knowledge of the diplomatic push over the past 2 days have either been involved in the conversations or have been briefed of them. They said that the efforts aimed to achieve a calibrated approach similar to that which contained Israel's April exchange of missiles and drone attacks between Israel and Iran after Iran fired 320 rockets and drones and missiles at the Israeli civilians in Israel. This sparked an Israeli strike on the Iranian consulate in Damascus. Now, Iran officials said that the United States has also conveyed messages to Iran at least 3 times since Saturday, since this brutal attack, this absolute unnecessary murdering of 12 innocent children in the Golan Heights of Israel, warning that the escalating this situation would be detrimental to all parties. Hezbollah, though, is the most powerful of Iran's axis of resistance. I'm going to call it their axis of evil network of regional proxy groups and allied with the Palestinians group called Hamas. It has been trading fire with the Israeli military across the Lebanon southern border since Israel was attacked on October 7th by Hamas last year. Matter of fact, as I said, Hezbollah has fired over 7,000 rockets into Israel. And Israel's Iron Dome has taken care of much of that, not all. Some of those rockets have got through and have caused death and significant injury to civilians in Israel. Now, during the 2006 war between Israel and Hezbollah, the last time Israel fought them, it was a major conflict. The Israeli forces bombed Beirut and that southern suburbs, the heartland of Hezbollah. Okay, they hit Hezbollah's affiliated buildings as well as residential towers. Beirut airport was also bombed and put out of action. And across Lebanon, bridges and roads and gas stations and other infrastructure was destroyed by the Israelis. Now, a French diplomat has told Reuters that since this attack on Israel's Golan Heights, Paris has also been involved in passing messages between Israel and Hezbollah to try to de-escalate the situation. France has historic ties with Lebanon, which was under French mandate from 1920 till 1943. The French government controlled Lebanon. Paris has maintained close ties since then and has about 20,000 French citizens that live in Lebanon in many dual nationals. The French Foreign Ministry didn't respond to report to media requests for comment, but the Israeli Home Front Command, a military unit responsible for protecting the civilians of Israel, has not changed any of its instructions to citizens so far, an indication that the military is not expecting imminent danger from Hezbollah or any other group. That's not true. 80,000 Israelis have been evacuated from their homes all along the border with Lebanon. So that means Israel is in a heightened alert and anticipating more rockets and artillery from not only the Hezbollah of Lebanon, but even the Iranians who fired all those rockets, and maybe even the Syrians. And now, since the threat of Erdogan, maybe even Turkey or Russia, who's also sitting in the region. So no, don't say that they haven't changed any of their status. They're already at a high alert. They just went on a higher alert. Now, Sunday, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his security cabinet, which compromises, I'm trying to get that right. Okay, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu security cabinet, which comprises of 10 ministers and has dictated policy on the Gaza war and Hezbollah, authorized the perimeter and the defense minister to decide on the manner and timing of the response against Hezbollah. Now, this decision has been coupled with the abstention of Netanyahu's far-right coalition partners. And Finance Minister Smotrich and National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir suggest that Israel has opted for a response short of an all-out war that some politicians have advocated for. So you have to understand, some of the Israeli politicians are saying, this is enough. 7,000 rockets. We're still fighting Hamas. Now they're killing our kids. This is enough. Declare war on Hezbollah and let's go get them too while we're at it. Because they won't stop, obviously. That's what some of the politicians are wanting done. Israel is trying to use, and I'm sure that Benjamin Netanyahu and the war cabinet and all the cabinet are trying to figure out, where do we go from here? They're still fighting Hamas, and they still got a public that's weary and tired. But then again, even if you say you're not going to go to war all the way with Hezbollah, they will continue to fire rockets at the innocent civilians of Israel on and on and on. They won't stop unless you stop them. Now, following this Golan attack, and I can say that I've visited Israel 11 times. I've been there when rockets have been flying out of by Hezbollah out of southern Lebanon. I've been there when they went flying by Hamas out of Gaza. I actually was in one of the towns there, Beshem, when and I left. I'd been visiting a rabbi and left. An hour later, rockets hit that town, killed 2 people. So I mean, look, I've been there. I've heard the explosions of a bus exploded, killed 27 people in 1996, 2 blocks from the hotel I was staying in. It shook the whole hotel like an earthquake. Look, they don't stop unless you stop them. Really, be honest with you. And if you study your Bible, you will know they are never going to stop, but continue to build coalitions and consolidating. And just like it says in Psalms 83 and Ezekiel 38, and with Turkey now getting in, we are on the brink of Ezekiel 38. So the decision, coupled with these situations following this attack at the Golan Heights, Finance Minister Schmoltz has issued a strong statement demanding robust action. He posted it on X. He said, quote, "For the death of children, Hezbollah's leader Saeed Hassan Nasrallah should pay with his head, and all of Lebanon should pay." That's what the finance minister of Israel said. Now, guys, it's getting ugly. And I'm going to stay on top of it. When you make a statement like that, Israel's not playing. And remember, they said this also, that the Iranian leadership need to be removed. And 30 days later, the Iranian president and 6 other members of his cabinet and staff and generals crashed into the side of a mountain in Iran in the fog. Did the fog do it? Or did Israel take it out? Or did God do it? What does the scripture say? But I know that if you curse Israel, you'll be cursed. And so this thing, it's not only about the 12 kids that were killed in the soccer stadium. And as I told you, I had a dream on Sunday. The Lord told me that those 12 children represent the 12 tribes of Israel. No, those 12 children are not all from the 12 tribes of Israel. But they are Israeli children, and they live peaceably up there. And I've been up there. The Druze are the most kindest, loving people, Israelis. They're Israeli citizens. Matter of fact, I would go up there. I've been up there several times, and I would eat. They have the best figs. The figs and their fruits they grow, and then you can buy it right on the side of the road there at their little markets. You'll see people in different places, and you eat the figs, and it is the sweetest and the best tasting figs. I mean, it's like candy. It tastes so good, and it's in that area, and it's raised by the Druze. And Jim says Israel has restrained themselves. So has Putin. And you can only poke the bear for so long. He's right. You can't continue to attack Israel. We'll look at it because I'm talking about Israel right now and not Russia. Russia's a little different situation. Russia felt cornered, and so they decided to take ground with Ukraine, and probably will even try to take out other nations as we go. But they feel threatened. That's why they've done it. That's why the bears acted the way it's acted. But it was in the prophecy also in the Bible that Russia would get aggressive and take on other nations. That's prophesied, including take on Israel at some point in the Ezekiel 38. But it's a little different when you talk about Israel. Israel is being attacked. They've been being attacked on a daily basis, rocket after rocket after rocket, while fighting a war and not really getting the kind of support from the White House administration as you would want. I mean, they've been disrespected. Let's face it. Benjamin Netanyahu was major disrespected when he came to America last week. And what that does when Vice President Harris refused to sit behind him and listen to his speech in front of Congress. And when about 30 members of Congress, congressmen and senators, refused to listen, it sent a clear message to the enemies of Israel that you don't have the strongest support as you think you have. This emboldens the enemy. Okay, this is why you have to have strong leadership in Washington that will say, Israel, we are with you. We've got your back. Do you want us to help take care of your business here? Do you need help? Would you like us to help you take out Hamas and Hezbollah? So that's not being said. That's not being talked about. Instead, it's always about Israel, restraint, restraint, restraint. You can only, but when you start deliberately killing the Israeli children, that's when Israel will respond. And you saw what Israel had to do. After October 7th, there was no doubt. There was no doubt Israel was going to go to war, and they're going to fight this war till they finish off Hamas. And I've got news for Hezbollah. You may be next, and you may have already crossed the line when they killed these 12 innocent children. And let me just throw one thing out too. When the rocket hit the soccer field, it was a Iranian precision short range rocket that the Iron Dome cannot react quick enough on this. This is Iranian technology, and it was pinpoint and directed right at the soccer field. Now you could say, no, it just accidentally landed there. No, let me tell you why I know. First of all, it got to the Iron Dome, the dome. I can't remember what they call it. The Iron Dome. But it hit the soccer field while Israel was playing soccer in the Olympics. The very hour Israel was on the field in France playing against the West African nation Mali. That ended in a 1-1 tie. While they were playing their Olympic match of soccer, the soccer field in the Golan Heights was hit specifically by a precision attack, killing 12 kids. You say that's just a coincidence. You say that was just a weird say what you want to say. I don't think so. It was sending Israel a clear message that they will strike where they want and they will strike when they want. And that even though they're launching these rockets that the Iron Dome can knock down, can't knock them all down because they get overwhelmed sometimes. Hezbollah was saying, Iran was saying, we can hit you when we want, the time, and where we want, the location. And so this is what I'm saying. I feel that Hezbollah and the 7,000 rockets that they have fired in Israel is trying to lure Israel in to another war with Hezbollah. But this time, Hezbollah and Iran must be feeling that they're setting on technology that Israel cannot defend itself from, that they're holding that back and they're waiting and trying to entice Israel to come back to the battlefield again. And they sense Israel's population is war weary. They feel that the Israeli economy is suffering because the tourists are not coming to Israel right now. They feel that Israel's economy is suffering because the farmers are fighting instead of raising the crops in the field. They feel that the Israeli economy is suffering because the men are off to war and the women and children are left home to try to figure it out without income coming in. 80,000 Israelis have had to flee their homes and farms because of the attacks from Hezbollah from southern Lebanon. What I'm telling you is this is the real story. And yet the Americans are saying, hold on and wait, hold on and wait, hold on and wait. So this is very serious what's taking place in Israel right now. Very serious. And we're on the brink. This is the closest you're going to get to an all-out regional war. With you pray that we don't have it. Pray we don't have it. Oh, guys, aliens among us. Get your tickets. The webinar, we're only 4 days away. Heidi just walked in. Heidi, we're only 4 days away.
I said 3.
Did you say 3? Maybe you're right.
Am I not doing
No,
fuzzy
Wednesday,
math?
Thursday, Friday. You're right. We're 3 days away. It's not fuzzy math. It's three days away. Get your tickets. Go to paulbegleyprophecy.com. Go to paulbegleyprophecy.com and get your tickets right now. And we're doing the bundle. And matter of fact, Heidi's even set up a button. If you go, you can donate $125 and get all 4 of these webinars.
Button.
Or you can just go to the paulbegleyprophecy.com, go to the store, and there's a button. There they are. Just you can order it right there if you want to. That's easy. Okay. And then either way, we're going to mail them to you. We want you to have them. We want you to be blessed.
Easy button.
Easy button. Hit the easy button, right, Heidi? Hit the easy button. So go to Paul Begley. Again, this webinar, this is Alien Week. This webinar, Heidi, and I talked about it earlier, but it is the best, I think, of all. And then this is the week to get it all. Yes, I know. There's aliens among us. I know. I'll be back, guys. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for peace in the Middle East. We are living in the most traumatic time we've ever been before. If you need to get a ticket, you can go to our website and get your ticket right now. You'll see that purple banner. Click it, get the ticket for the webinar, or you can call the number. You call the main headline, call the main phone line at 765-414-2230. I'll be back with more. Pray for peace. Are you serious?